What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the YouTube page. I am the director Z, and I'm going to give you a quick and spoiler-filled Mickey 17 review. The latest installation, sci-fi dystopian colonization story about expendable cloning and Robert Pattinson and Mark Ruffalo, directed by the great legendary Bong Joon-ho, who's given us such classics as The Host, Memories of Murder, Parasite, and of course, Snowpiercer. So this one feels a little bit more like Snowpiercer, like in terms of design and in terms of sci-fi spectacle. And of course, I'm going to tell you all right now, spoilers ahead. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to turn back now and to watch the movie before you come here for spoiler review. There's no watch on my hand. Okay, so spoilers are already out there and encouraged. So we meet this guy, Mickey, and he is part of the expendable cloning program for space colonization. So for those of you who don't know, space colonization is very hard. There are some planets where the gravity's bigger. There are some planets with catastrophes or environmental disasters. There's all kinds of stuff out there. And Mickey mostly volunteered to get off of Earth because him and Steven Yeun's character, Timo, got involved with some loan sharks. And unfortunately, when they were signing up to go leave into space, Mickey also basically signed up for the expendable program. And they were even asking him, "Do you know what this is?" They're like, no, not really." He really should have read it because it's a program where they clone you and give you all the memories that you had before, but you are going to places that are extremely dangerous and you are bound to die. They put Mickey on the side of the ship in a spacesuit and put him really close to this solar star, and it was apparently to study the effects of radiation sickness. Like he's right there looking at the sun, and he's like, "Hey, Mickey, do you feel dizzy or anything?" He's like, yeah, I'm starting to feel lightheaded." He's like, "Okay, well, soon your skin's gonna burn." And you're just sitting there like, "Oh my god!" Like the movie starts with him on the frozen planet, just like, "Oh," and then you see fucking Timo, Steven Yeun's character, and he's like, "Oh man, the flamethrower's intact." Even though Mickey's calling out to him, he's like, I could take that back." And he's like, "You don't mind, right? You're angry? I'm leaving you here to die because that's like your thing." I'm like, "Oh, they don't give a shit about this dude." Fuck. And then, like, worst part is when Steven Yeun leaves with the flamethrower, these alien creatures come out that a lot of people don't know about, but the movie actually marketed them as creepers. So the first planet we see Robert Pattinson go in danger of and possibly get eaten and die was this weird roly-poly tentacle thing that comes up to him, and you just assume you're like, "Oh well, that's the 17th Mickey." Steven Yeun's Timo even asked him, he's like, "Are you Mickey 16?" He's like, "No, 17." He's like, "Oh, whatever." And so he goes back, commissions a new clone. So Mickey 18's coming out. But it turns out that big creeper thing didn't kill Mickey. It actually just pooped him out and left him in the snow and helped him get better because he broke his leg dropping in a ravine. So not only is Mickey 17 alive, there is also another Mickey running around. So it's called that because the 17th clone was supposedly dead to Timo's eyes. But he wasn't dead, and he comes back. And there's another thing that I have to make clear. Multiples, as much as you think it is because of the cloning in the movie, that's a no-no. And they're called that because you cannot have more than one person at a time, which is why it's an expendable clone program. Mickey's supposed to die before another one is made, so that the other one has the memories of how it died, and it goes, "Oh, well, I can fix it if I just do this." So if you've ever seen the show Altered Carbon on, like, Netflix, or if you've ever seen, like, I don't know, Blade Runner or something, okay, I'm trying to make a way to, yeah, Altered Carbon has this way of, like, you can upload your soul and or your consciousness into a completely new body called a sleeve. And the device in this is basically what Mickey does when he dies. His consciousness and his whole being and soul go into another body that's forged and looked exactly like him. But they also kind of have to keep track because multiples has been a thing in the future because cloning was started by this guy who turned out to be a serial killer. And even when he was jailed, he had another clone on the outside still doing the killings. So it became a big thing. Multiples became illegal. And so Mickey 17 tries to go back to the ship because he actually has something to lose and something to love. And her name is Vasha. And she's with Mickey. She loves Mickey. Some of his clones aren't the best because they either come back a little bit annoying or a smart aleck or stupid or like. So sometimes she has complaints about certain Mickeys, like Mickey 7 or Mickey 8. But when Mickey 17 tries to come back, Mickey 18 knocks his ass out because they can't know that there's multiple people because one or more of them will die or go to jail. Because it kind of looks and feels like he may have known that there were going to be multiples and he still did it. So Mickey 17 wants to go back to Vasha because, of course, they're in love. They have a great sexual relationship, even though sex is kind of outlawed in this future. Uh, but it's beautiful. The chemistry they have is apparent, and there's a lot of steamy scenes with them. And I understand Pattinson because Vasha is fine, so it's completely understandable. And then there's these over the top Marshall characters. Ruffalo's supposed to be a caricature of we know who, and Toni Collette's supposed to be a character of the wife of the character that we know who. So we don't really need to get into that. Anyway, but a lot of people have complained that the villains, as well as the whole movie, has like this comedic tone that feels over the top and cartoonish. But I like that about it. I actually really appreciate that. Mark Ruffalo and Collette are like caricatures of who they're supposed to portray, which I like. And actually, the dark comedy in it with Timo and Mickey and Vasha, everything is funny as hell. There's even drugs in this universe. And when Mickey 17 tries to come back and tells Vasha everything that Mickey 18's done to him, Mickey 17 actually gets into a threesome with them both. And then the president's daughter, Ruffalo's daughter, Marshall or whatever, goes to tell him, and then one of them actually has to do something with her, or like she likes him or whatever, and then they go to dinner with her parents. But it leads to another Mickey death, and it felt purposeful because Ruffalo gave him his dinner, not knowing that Mickey was going to get poisoned by this shit. So Mickey dies again, or nearly dies, and then they bring him back with like adrenaline or whatever. And then this Mickey 17 tells Mickey 18 about it, and he's pissed because Mickey 18 has a more aggressive side. Mickey 17's like, oh well, okay, like Michael Cera. The other guy is like aggressive as fuck and doesn't give a shit. And after he hears what Ruffalo did to him at a dinner, and fucking Mickey's like, so what'd you do? You tell him off? You kick him? And then he's like, no, I said thank you. He's like, you thanked him? Like, he was pissed. He's like, he poisoned you, and you thank him. He was like, oh, no. And he's like, no, I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker. And he tries to plan a presidential assassination, and it also grazes him on the cheek, like someone we know. And well, technically, it was the ear. Okay, so basically, back to the story. Now, Mickey 18 just gets tackled because he misses shooting Ruffalo's character, Marshall, and now Ruffalo sees multiples? Multiples? And then, now, everybody knows that Mickey 17 and Mickey 18 are two completely different people. Ruffalo even, like, burns him a little bit to discern which one is which. And also thinks that the creepers, those alien guys that actually helped Pattinson's Mickey, are evil. So he's going to go Starship Troopers on their ass. But instead of actually sending some kind of infantry mobile troops, he sends both Mickeys with bombs strapped to their vests. What? And yeah, Ruffalo has these two buttons that says, I can blow you both up. Like, why? And like, the creepers aren't even hostile. And then they actually come up with a device where they can communicate with the creepers. And Mickey's asking, like, why didn't you guys save me? Why didn't you eat me? He's like, even they were like, you just seemed like you needed help. And like, these creatures are actually kind and peaceful, and there's nothing bad with them. And then he's trying to tell them the humans will come here and destroy you, okay? You need to clear out and leave this world. And so the guy, the creeper comes up with this little plan. They say, if the humans want us, he's like, then we'll do this. They start like singing and preaching, this screech in the air, and Mickey's like, what are you doing? What's that going to do? He's like, if humans come, heads explode. Like, they're saying if this frequency gets anywhere near a human, boom. So Mickey's running back to the ship to tell Vasha. Like, doing all this stuff. He's like, what is he doing? Because in the chamber, Ruffalo and the Colette's character with Vasha are torturing a little baby. Because, like I said, they think that this alien hostile world is evil. So they're torturing the little baby, thinking that they're making some example of it. But Pattinson's begging her, bring the baby. And so Vasha somehow gets out, brings the baby. Mickey 18 is above Ruffalo's character with a bomb strapped to his chest. And 17 is bringing the baby back to the big creeper mama. And then it gets it back. They promise not to, they're not doing the song frequency thing anymore. And then, of course, Mickey 17 gets the bomb thing on Ruffalo's arm, and he blows it up himself. Mickey 18 is officially gone, and so is Ruffalo's shitty-ass president fucking leader character. So when I say this movie is like a combination of Starship Troopers, Altered Carbon, and Pattinson's character is basically Kenny from South Park, I mean that in the most sincerest and nicest of ways, that this is cinema. Okay, there are going to be some people that criticize it. It's like, oh, it's not Bong Joon-ho's best, but it's also not his worst. You can't say it's his worst. It's a sci-fi spectacle. There's a good romance story. There's a good ending. And there's still so much that you can watch with it. And the creepers are really cool. Vasha's a great character. And sexy, by the way. Pattinson as a clone with all these accents. He was also just giving a great performance in the differentiating himself from the clones, and it was a masterclass. And Bong Joon Ho, whenever Bong Joon Ho does sci-fi, just deliver already right to you, just delivers every single time. Can't say shit about Bong Joon Ho, even if you think, oh, it's not as bad, so it's not as worse. You can't say shit about that. Bong Joon Ho made a great piece of cinema, which unfortunately I'm gonna have to report that on March 25th, the movie will be going to streaming on digital on demand. It's not doing so well at the box office. Honestly, when I went to Cinemark to go see it, I was the only dude there. There was like one couple like way in the back on the top, which I think they were making out most of the time. I wasn't trying to. But there was 3 people in the entire theater to watch this movie. Like either the marketing was terrible or people don't even know that Bong Joon Ho is attached to it. Or maybe they're just hearing reviews and saying, oh, it's not that great. It's good. It's really good. I liked it. I mean, I wish this was the case with the Electric State. I wish I was one of those people that says, watch it. It's actually pretty good. No, it's soulless. It's dumb. And it's $320 million? How much did they make this movie for? Go watch Mickey17. Please, please. Please like and comment and share and subscribe to the channel. And like or comment or whatever you felt on the movie, even if you didn't like it. Just please tell me what you really thought of it. I just really want this to be a discussion. I want this to be open. Mickey17 was great, even if you didn't think so. I liked it. And I hope there are other people out there, just like me, who appreciate that and want Bong Joon-ho to come back to movies more often. Even if it means another hiatus. As long as I can watch this multiple times and get a steelbook or something. I'm cool with it. Please, Bong Joon-ho. Please. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And please comment what you thought of the movie. And yeah, till the next one. Peace out.